Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV and a new edition of our interview series. We are in Zug today in beautiful Switzerland, and we have Tudor Gold here on a roadshow in Europe. And of course, we want to use the opportunity to talk to Patrick Donnelly from Tudor Gold to get an update. Hey, welcome and good morning.
Thank you, and thanks for having us in Zug. It's been an amazing trip.
Yeah, great to hear that so far. And I think, you met a lot of investors this week. I must say I'm a shareholder of the company, and I'm totally convinced of the story. But you had yesterday night, I think, a very nice press release talking about metallurgy.
Absolutely. We've been doing a lot of work on the CS600 domain. So for our listeners who may be familiar with the story, CS600 is our gold copper domain. It has 10 million ounces of gold and about 3 billion pounds of copper. And the mineralogy is predominantly chalcopyrite, bornite with some pyrite. And so what we found was you can recover the copper and gold with conventional flotation and produce a nice high quality concentrate, grading about 30% copper and also significant gold credits and silver credits. So we're very happy, very straightforward metallurgy, off-the-shelf technology to recover the gold and copper and ship it to smelters. And I also might add, it appears to be a very clean concentrate. So it's going to be pretty good. And as you're well aware, there's an impending shortage of clean concentrates.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think there will also soon be a big shortage in copper.
We can talk about copper till the cows come home. Absolutely.
Definitely. If you recap a little bit the last 6 months of drilling, that was your main season, I would say. I think you stopped it already now.
Yes.
So what can we expect from that drilling?
Well, we've already released all the results from the drilling. So as you recall, we drilled 10,000 meters, which comprised of 7 holes. And it was a bit of a different kind of program this year. We're focusing on a new area called Supercell One. And our fearless leader, our CEO, Ken Conkin, identified this very high-grade area called Supercell One. And we had grades of 10 grams, a half an ounce within these supercells. And so we drilled 7 holes, and every single hole hit visible gold.
Wow.
And very high-grade gold mineralization. And it's a different system than what's within the Goldstorm deposit. Matter of fact, Ken thinks it could possibly be another Brucejack deposit, which is one of the highest grade gold mines in Canada and in the world, and it's owned by Newmont.
Okay, so just for the understanding, how would that fit? On the one hand, you have the supercell, and on the other hand, you have your, let's say 28 million ounces gold equivalent so far with much lower grades. How did that, let's say, appear in the nature? From where does that come?
Well, it's really interesting because, this gold deposit is known as a porphyry gold copper deposit. I'm not going to get into a geology lesson here, but porphyries rarely have visible gold. And so historically, when we were drilling the Goldstorm deposit, we hit some intercepts with very high grade visible gold. And Ken was looking at this and he realized this does not make any sense. Why are we seeing high grade gold within this system? And that's when we went in there and we drilled these high grade zones. And what Ken's hypothesis is there's a late stage hydrothermal event cross-cutting and being adjacent to the gold copper rich CS600 zone. So the implications are we can mine possibly the high grade area early on, 2,000 tons per day for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And the beauty is the Supercell One area is adjacent to the CS600. So simultaneously, you can also develop a possible block caving operation to recover the remaining 10 million ounces of gold and 3 billion pounds of copper.
It would be
so
nice.
It's really, we don't have an economic study on this yet, but it's completely changed the story, and we're very, very excited about it.
Okay. Economic study, that rings a bell because I saw in one of your press releases that you have engaged a company to really support you guys with a PEA.
Absolutely.
So what is the game plan for 2025 with that?
Well, we were planning to start a PEA this year, and then when we discovered the Supercell One, let's hang on there. Let's focus on this. So we brought in Fuse, which is a Vancouver-based engineering team. They cover tailings dams, mining methods, metallurgy, everything. And so we've engaged them. But right now, I think the focus is we want to go back and do more drilling at Supercell One. We want to see how big it is. We want to get a resource on that. And then we would recommence the PEA study with an integrated high-grade gold operation and hope possibly a block cave, high tonnage, copper gold operation as well. So that's what we're looking at.
Okay, super. So the PEA is one thing for next year.
Yes.
How many meters do you think you might plan? I know it's maybe a little bit
Right.
too early, but just
Right.
to give us a bit of an orientation.
So, I mean, we just wrapped up the drilling program in August. We received our last drilling results only in September. So we're taking all this information and we're trying to calculate, okay, where do we need to, what are the gaps, right? Where do we need to infill? So in the next couple of months, we'll determine what additional drilling we'll need. Last summer we did 10,000 meters. We'll probably do something larger than that. It could be 20,000 meters. We just don't know. So, we're working on that right now. We will inform our shareholders when we have a plan, but stay tuned.
Okay, super, perfect. Infrastructure-wise, I mean, this is something which is super important when you want to build such a large mine. I think you have all cards in your hands, right?
It's fantastic. I mean, we're an hour drive from Stewart, BC, which is the most northern ice-free port in Western Canada. And it already has a concentrate loading facility. It has also another area to bring in heavy equipment. So it's an hour drive to our project and about a 10-minute helicopter ride. And we can get in overland in the winter on the road. So yeah, everything's there. The British Columbia government just announced about a month ago that they're going to upgrade Highway 37, which goes near our project, specifically to support mining companies. And there's also Northwest transmission line that goes to the area.
That's super important. Yeah.
Everything. And it's really remarkable when you have a government that's forward thinking. Often you find the mine and then you're begging the government for 10, 20 years to put something in. The British Columbia government, I'll give them credit, and I'm a British Columbian, and we know sometimes that governments aren't always responsive, but they really had the foresight to put some money where their mouth is and put in this infrastructure. So we're very fortunate.
And it helps you, but also the neighbors, everybody. I think for the region, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and that's what it is. You hit it right on the head. It is a region. And you got Seabridge, which has done a fantastic job. I have a lot of admiration for them. You have the Bruce Jack mine, one of the highest grade gold mines in the world. It's only 6 kilometers away from us, owned by Newmont. You got Skeena Resources that have done a great job at Eskay Creek. You got Red Chris, you got Galore, you got Copper Fox. I mean, this is a massive emerging district. And, in this industry, everybody talks about the Abitibi Belt. Everybody talks about the Carlin Belt in Nevada. Everybody talks about
Cadillac, whatever.
but this is an emerging district, and it has a lot of gold, a lot of copper, and we're very, very fortunate. And most importantly, as you mentioned, great infrastructure, great government, and I also want to point out very exceptional relationship with the First Nations, and the Tahltan First Nation, very sophisticated group. Sika Makaw and also the Nishka. So it's just, we have all the ingredients, and we just got to now, go out to Supercell One. Let's keep hitting that. Let's get that high grade. Let's put together a PEA, and I think everything will take care of itself. And certainly, $2,700 gold helps a lot, but I don't think we need $2,700 gold. I think we have a really quality project, and I just can't say enough about Ken.
Absolutely. Now, I think also the $2,700 gold, that's the first target. The next one is 3,000, then it will go already onto the 4,000 level.
And let's not forget copper. Let's not forget
copper.
copper.
Copper looks also fantastic.
Yes.
But if I look at your, in total on your company, that's the reason why I am a shareholder, because I think this is the next big, gold copper project, or let's say gold copper mine aside of Skeena in Canada, also in the Golden Triangle, which I call the new epicentrum of mining in Canada. Who has knocked on your door so far? Because it makes absolutely sense to buy a company like you.
Yeah, we were at the Denver Gold Show in Colorado Springs. We met with a number of senior mining companies, and they're very interested. We do have a lot of work to do. And, We have not done a PEA yet, preliminary economic assessment. We want to do a resource on the Supercell One. So I think we need to do more de-risking and show those players, that this is viable. But certainly there's definitely a lot of interest. And plus, we're not ready to sell it. There's so much value to unlock. There's so much, Ken keeps talking about these unsolved Rubik's cubes he has. Let's let Ken solve these Rubik's cubes. Let's get that value, and then let's go talk to the major mining companies. But I think we're in a very good spot.
Fantastic, super. Well, Pat, thank you very much for the short update and insight. And I think fantastic company. I would say, just say, as you said it with Ken, keep it going.
Keep it going.
Make the Rubik's.
Absolutely.
Clean. Super. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there was Pat Donnelly from Tudor Gold. And you heard it. This is a monster deposit, really, really large. It is porphyry. It is also parts refractory. But you have also the Supercell, which is a mine builder by itself and will pay for the rest also. And I must say, a $2,700 gold and $34, $40 copper plus silver, don't forget, at almost $34 with an upward trend also. I would say this is a fantastic project in the heart of Canada, in the Golden Triangle. So always jurisdiction-wise, it couldn't be better. And to be honest, at the price today of approximately $1.05 to $1.10, that stock is really cheap. And I think if we break above the 120, 130 level, it can go very fast to 180. We have a first price target of 250 for the stock. And we are very positive about it. You should check it out. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.